Unmute. Unmute. We should be good.
Here. Are we good?
Yep. Is there supposed to be audio in Roll20?
I haven't started it.
Okie dokie.
All is good. Yes. So you remember we were here. Now we're here.
Here we go.
We're in the sewers.
All right, so when we left off, you guys had just engaged and dispatched the horrific ropers quite well. Although I feel like that was at least challenging. There was a moment or two where you guys might have been a little nervous.
Kong was never nervous. Kong ain't scared.
No.
Now, according to the... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I had it well under control.
Well, according to the Gale of Dur, the ropers guarded the path that led... They weren't really specified, but they gave you the impression they led to Her Majesty. You're standing in the pool where they were. You know to the south of you where that leads. You've been there.
Yes.
Back the direction you came in. And you know the north leads back to them. So you're standing in this pool, the cistern. The water, once again, for a change, isn't nasty so much as it was up above in the upper levels. But that is where we are.
Yeah.
That is where we are.
Those things were hideous, uncomfortable, and a little handsy.
They had hands?
You know what I mean.
I tried to try it in a little around so the tentacle is wiggling.
Be careful with that, Maury. That's
I know, tentacle.
no part of that apparatus looks safe.
How heavy are these tentacles?
So they're
Oh, the creature?
not
Yeah.
bad.
You need the picture again?
No, I mean they're like I could pick them up, right?
With the ropers?
Yeah.
The tentacles of
The
those
tentacle.
ropers.
Yeah. I mean, you could sever one that's... It's slimy, rubbery, organic. You get the feeling that it very quickly is going to go sea cucumber on you if you've ever pulled one out of the ocean and tried to keep it.
Okay, never mind.
We definitely all have.
Yeah. I mean, hasn't everyone? What's a sea cucumber?
It's a creature that lives in the ocean that turns into a stinky turd if you bring it out of the water for too long.
I thought you were gonna break into
And
SpongeBob
if you
side for a
scare
minute.
them, it will eject all of its organs at you.
All right, yep, ain't gonna do that.
It's like
Yeah,
the
that's not-
frowning fish, the really blobby fish.
Hmm.
Underneath, roll it deep sea, it's okay. Up seas,
Not good time.
So,
Maury, should we tell him?
I still can understand them.
That's good. We should let him know. I'm just a little confused what they meant exactly, because we came from that hallway over there, and I mean, do we know where this waterway goes? I guess I point off to the south.
Maybe we get some answers if we just show them that the way is safe.
Yeah.
Because I think they felt a little bit trapped.
I'll take it. I'll take anything. I want out of here.
Let's go.
dang.
Those are some big numbers there, Church.
Yeah.
What numbers?
So basically, as you guys are discussing, you're standing obviously in the pool for most of you anyway. All but a couple of you, and there's enough of you got this, so I'll just say all but a couple of you rather than being specific. All but a couple of you notice that the water seems to be draining from the cistern through the bottom. You can feel the direction that the water is moving. It's draining down. Slowly. You feel a sluggish movement. Not enough to really even break the surface tension, but you can feel it because your nasty wet socks are pulling that direction.
Like in the center? Like
Yeah.
right here?
The
Dang.
closer you get to the center, the slightly stronger it gets.
Like here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just kind of
Where are you?
stepping around there. Is there anything underfoot?
You do feel some form of square-shaped, maybe a hatch, possibly.
Hey, Oregon? I go up and I pull up on Eric.
Agrin.
Oregon? I pull on Oregon.
What?
Can,
That's about right.
can you hold your breath?
Can I hold my breath?
Uh-huh. Like,
Yes, I can.
No. Don't worry about that. I can do that. Jimmy doesn't actually breathe anymore. You may or may not have noticed.
do you say this?
Roll a perception to see if you've noticed that Jimmy doesn't breathe anymore.
Oh, balls.
Well, I mean, he never breathed through those, but
Sure. I don't know, crap.
You didn't notice. Maury noticed.
Maury is aware of a lot of weird shit. Lore Bard.
Just Maury knows all.
Shut up! Too soon.
Maury
Too
knows
soon.
all.
All right, so
Maury
you
explains it
didn't
all.
know that at all, which makes sense that you would go and ask Agrin, but Jimmy offers. He said, I can do that.
Well, don't want to use it, but Maury, if you mind giving me my trident back for a moment, I might as well
Way over here,
use
fam.
it.
I can give it
We
back to you, no
way
problem.
over here.
I just
Alright.
want to use
You could have the back if you really want it afterwards, but
Should
I want to
we
use
be
it for this
trucking
one
back
last.
to wherever you
moment.
guys are, because I can't see.
Where are the two of you going? You
you
and
back
Maury
at
both.
the
I have no
big,
idea.
big cistern.
I think Maury was
Element-
walking off to tell the... Yeah.
Okay.
I'm following her because we have the swords. That's the only reason.
Come here.
Well, I'm gonna need my trident back for Maury, and you can all
Are you
go.
trying to kiss me? Because
Yeah, we
you
can go
send
do
me
this first.
confusing
It's fine.
signals.
Well, this is going an interesting direction.
Oh,
Not
then.
even 10 o'clock. Not even 10. Not
Well,
even 10.
Most
Wow.
of the time.
Actually, I am a
Alright.
bard. Come on, did you expect
So-
otherwise?
Yeah,
This is true.
understandable.
I know, depending on
true.
the direction this goes, our viewer count might go up.
We
Or
have a
might go
new
down.
set, a new
Again, direct...
set of fan fiction.
Yes, direct all fan art to Maury, please.
I said that last time though.
Alright, so
But yeah.
I guess you guys go up there and you're asking for the trident. Maury, do you hand off the trident? As requested.
I don't have any bonds with the trident, but I just wanted to show the elementals that we have those suckers, and I don't want to touch those tentacles.
Fair enough.
Touch the what?
That's fine.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna show it.
Sure.
Waving.
They actually are not stirring. They look like a big boulder sitting in the middle of this giant cistern.
I'm shouting. Hey!
No movement.
Even though I don't speak the language, I'm like, hey, Caleb. Points to Maury.
Here, you
Yeah,
can
they
have
don't-
your staff back.
Yeah, they're not responding.
Thank you.
Shrug.
Okay,
So, inventory.
back we go. Maury can handle that.
But he may give it right back to you.
Yes,
Maybe.
I don't want to keep it for long. I just want to do something while it's still technically attuned to me.
Oh, it doesn't want to give up that attunement. It likes you.
Does.
One thing about
Well-
curses is you don't realize they're cursed until later.
Sure, you keep saying that. Sure.
So what are you doing with it, Agrid?
I will use the trident to cast a spell called water breathing.
All right.
I'm sure we want to breathe stinky water, but it's really the only way we can all go if there is something on the other side.
It's cleaner than it has been.
Okay, well, that's great. So I will cast water breathing using the trident.
All right. Just on
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh no, it hits all 10 willing creatures within 30 feet. So everyone can breathe water now.
Is everybody willing?
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask. I mean,
Yeah, technically.
I will
you can say
have the
no.
spell cast upon me. I may not need to use its effect.
just in case. I mean, you know.
I'm like
Yeah, yep.
looking at Jimmy, going over, tapping on his breath. Right? Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Oh yeah, Maury, I'm fine.
Do I believe him?
I
I'm
mean,
not lying to you, so you'd have to like roll a perception, I guess. An
He,
insight.
he smiled at you when he said it.
Yeah.
Did something happen?
Yeah. Maury, a lot of things have happened. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Careful,
With
more.
that, I mean. Poke, poke.
Same chest it's always been, I think.
Yeah, you're quite
I
aware.
didn't,
that something
I didn't
is
get
wrong, Mark.
tagged. I'm doing pretty well.
You're quite aware that there is something uniquely changed. However,
Okay, let's go.
okay. Who's dipping their head in the water first?
Oregon.
Agri.
While we're here, I guess we should try and lever up this hatch that may be there.
Right.
Like, feel around for a handle or a place to put a pry bar or something.
All right.
Need
You don't necessarily feel anything with your fingertips. There is no handle or lock that you can feel. No hinge that you can feel.
I could always use this blasted trident to try and open it that way.
Trying to wedge it open.
Wedge it open with the trident. That is not
Well,
sentient at all.
I will say this. I'm sorry I didn't mention it, but as you're feeling around, it is a grate. Like a square grate.
Oh, so it's
Okay,
not
okay.
really locked. You just pull it open.
If it's a
Sorry.
square grate and it's draining this slowly, does it feel obstructed in any way?
Well, I mean, are you sticking anything in it to like check or?
Like, is it a grate that I can get my fingers between the bar?
Yeah, it's big enough. The spaces are big enough that you could get a good grip on it. Really.
Okay, I would poke at it a little bit, see what's up.
This is how
Yeah, pull
Jimmy
on it,
lost
or-
his fingers.
You can pull
It's
on
fine.
it.
Those
or-
grow back, don't they? I will attempt to lift the grate. Why not?
All right. Give me a strength check.
There you are.
Okay. You strain a bit, and your shoulders will probably feel it in the morning. But yeah, eventually you feel it kind of twist a little, and then pop, like suction, like it was just kind of wedged in there, little air pockets, kind of holding it in place.
Mhm.
And you yank it out and kind of drag it through the water. It was slimy, but most of that was probably algae or waste that came off the ropers. Roper poo poo. But it is open, and it is approximately a 5x5 square.
That looks ominous.
going straight down into the dark water.
I
Hey,
tried
Maury,
to.
what do the rocks say?
They were not really talkative. Not anymore.
That's also ominous.
Sure.
did,
stare at
did
them.
Jimmy just get the stink eye when you said that?
Yeah.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
So, what you find down there?
And just to point out, you can all breathe underwater at this present moment,
I ain't bobbing for birds.
but there is some limitations on the time scale.
Yeah, you just have to do it within a day, you know?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what was down there?
I haven't checked yet. Pulled the grate off.
What was under the grate?
Water. A few other things.
Is it a big hole or something?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have a look.
Is there any other way?
I mean, I don't think technically we've been down that way yet, and I gesture towards the little aqueduct going south. But that might just lead back to more very unfriendly stalactites.
Yeah, those guys were dicks.
I hated
No,
those.
they were titties.
Ah, yes, of course, Maury. How dare we forget? Well, shit. And I jump in the hole.
All right.
I'll
Feet
jump in.
first or head first?
Feet first.
Feet first. All right. Now it is big enough to where you, at least initially, could reorient yourself. But as it
I'm
goes down,
seeing if it's deep enough for that.
oh, you slide right down. Whoop. Especially in your state. There's not a lot of air making you buoyant. So
Indeed.
you just kind of go whoop and disappear down the hole.
Yeah.
Even
okay.
though Kong has water breathing, he's gonna go, and then he's gonna try and hold his breath down.
All right.
I have a
So-
question.
Yeah, what you got?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Should have asked him
Did
before
somebody
Kong
have
went down the.
Featherfall before? Was that Aggron that I'm thinking of?
Yes.
He fell down the tunnel in the first place?
I have Featherfall.
This one's full of water, though, so you're not at risk of fall damage.
It's more
Yes.
swimming down the hole.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm relying upon my, let's see how much it is actually. 141 pounds of additional weight carried to see me safely to the bottom without any effort.
All right,
Yikes.
so-
Alright.
Here's the thing. It goes down approximately 50 feet.
Oh.
And then as it's going, it's actually thinning out until it's right about 3 by 3. So this is getting like really, really tight.
Not for
And
me.
it's just
As
the
I
fact
go
that-
down,
Huh?
I'll keep my hands out to the wall to try and feel for openings, and I'll look, but I'm not sure how confident I am in seeing things in this sort of water.
Well, thanks to the vision trick that your friend has placed on you, the darkness isn't so much an issue. The disruption that's caused by your hands raking across the edge of the walls and stirring up the algae and whatnot distorts your vision a bit. But it's still not terrible. You can still kind of see what's happening. There are no openings, and the fact that the algae is very slick is actually making the tightness a little less of an issue. Thankfully, also to your speed, the pipe actually goes like this. And right about this angle is where you stop. You're upside down.
Yes, yes.
So it's like a medieval P-trap?
So let's see, who went next?
I
It's
did.
Kong.
Kong. All right, so Kong's behind you. He kind of slides down the same way, and you feel his feet kind of bump into your head.
Standing on my shoulders in the water, a time-honored pastime.
Jimmy, because of your state, give me a wisdom save with advantage. Kong, just give me a basic wisdom save, please.
Claustrophobia.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy, you managed to hold it together. You're not comfortable with this, but in the back of your mind, like you're like, this has to go somewhere. Kong, you're freaking the fuck out. Like you can't climb. You're holding your breath. It's dark. There's algae floating everywhere. Like you're panicking a little bit.
I start like pulling on Jimmy's pants. Does he look down?
But you can't.
You're above me.
Oh,
You're
I'm above
standing
you?
on my shoulders.
Actually, you both went down like this, and the pipe bent. So like you're on the curve on the bottom, Kong. Jimmy's like upside down with your feet on his head.
So it doesn't go into an opening, it just ends?
Well, it hasn't ended.
It
It's
curves.
just it turned up. It turned up, so
So-
your momentum
Oh,
stops.
mother. Oh.
With my slightly more calm demeanor than Kong right now, I'm actually going to use my hands and feet and crawl backwards until the pipe is wide enough to flip around and start swimming upwards.
Kong's obstructing your movement.
So here's
I don't know, the way we were going, not the direction Kong came from.
I'm fighting
so
against him.
You're gonna
I'm
try
going
to
up the
go
other side.
Okay.
I'm going to find out if there is another side.
Oh, so you're like
Um,
pushing yourself, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so give me. Let's go athletics. This is going to be a feat of strength. Because you're fighting against the slipperiness of the walls and pushing your weight.
1 second, I might actually have something to assist here.
While he's thinking about what he can do, and I use my acrobatics while panicking, so disadvantage to try and like weasel my way around to where it's like we're head to head, so I can push him.
It's a 3 by 3 foot square.
I'm a monkey child.
How tall are you?
Let's see here. Do I have
You
that?
are gonna clock the drain, you know that.
I'm 5'2".
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I have seen people in the circus do it.
You know what? I tell you what. You're a monk. I will give you a disadvantaged opportunity at acrobatics to flip yourself around.
Thank you. Here's the
I was
first
hoping
roll.
my climber's kit had like a climber's
So-
axe.
Oh, is that a fail? Oh, that was I crit failed.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
It's an ability check. Those don't destroy you when you crit. All is well. But yeah, here's my roll. Let's see what we got. That ain't it, Chief.
All right, so you feel Kong panic and start squiggling around behind you, kicking you a couple times as you're pushing, which knocks your hands out, causing you to roll back into him.
And you
Which-
find me with my head in between my legs.
Kong is bent over, like in half, and you can just hear him suddenly scream underwater. Kong, you panic, you scream underwater, and you breathe in a whole mouthful of the doo-doo water.
I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm actually gonna try and calm Kong down. I'm just face to face with him. I reach out for his shoulder. I say, I don't say anything actually because we're underwater, but I make sort of in and out breathing motions with my free hand. I say, it's okay. Breathe. You can literally breathe this. It's fine.
Kong, you want to give another wisdom check to see if you can regain your composure?
What am I rolling for?
Just a wisdom save.
All right.
All right, you managed to kind of regain your composure. Give me one more disadvantaged acrobatics check to orient yourself one way or another. If you succeed, it's head first. If you fail, you're back to your feet.
8.
He rolled it.
All right, yeah, you're back the way you were oriented, upside down, going up. If you go that way, the rest of you guys, they've been down there a little bit, and it's just the two of them. Is anyone else wanting to hop in, go check on them?
Yeah, Freya's going head first. In next.
So Freya hops in. Maury, you're going in.
After Freya.
What way are you going?
Perfect.
Feet first.
Head first.
Head
Because
first.
I know that.
Perfect. This is perfect, actually. So, Kong.
Right after Mori, I'll go.
All right.
Kong.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Jimmy signals to you to swim up until it's wide enough for us to flip around safely.
All right. So
Feet
you're gonna
first,
try
by the
and
way.
yeah,
These
the
are
two
gonna
of
be
you are
great.
still upside down. So
All right, I'll listen to the cool collective Jimmy.
all right. As you guys are starting to orient yourselves and move, 3 more people pile in on top. However, and I'm going to be nice here, as funny as this has been, the momentum is enough to kind of shoot you up the pipe a bit.
Ah, beautiful. As soon as I'm through the other side, I try to flip around and face the right way.
All right, as you get up, you feel your legs actually go over another bend. So you manage to kind of catch, and you can orient yourself back and shoot down the tube if you want.
Oh, I
And
will.
it's as you come up, the water is like leveled off there. It's just kind of dripping.
We're in this now. There's no turning around until we get to solid land.
Yeah, well, where your legs are coming over, the water's like just dripping over the edge really slowly. So it's not submerged. Once you pull yourself out, you can look down, and it's a solid maybe 30-foot drop to a stone floor.
I
Is
do
it
not
still
lever
3 feet
myself
wide?
directly into a 30-foot drop, but I look around to see if there's anything that's a solid surface by this ledge.
All right. Give me a perception check. All right. Actually, there is, strangely, a bundled rope ladder. Now, when I say bundled, I don't mean it was like bundled up and left here. I mean, like, it goes about halfway down the distance and looks like it broke. So it's about a 15-foot down. You can see it just behind the water that's dripping edge. So it's kind of hidden.
Okay.
So you could feasibly use this to get 15 feet down and then your body length to the floor. Probably avoid any serious damage.
I will get my feet over onto the rope ladder and test its weight-bearing capacity. See if it's still any good.
You feel the tensile portion of the tensile property of the rope stretch. Like you can tell it's been here a while.
Mm.
But it feels like it'll hold you.
Feels okay. All right. So, has anybody followed up behind me yet and broke the surface here?
Is there enough room for me to break the surface? Or is it
Yes.
still... Oh, yeah. Can I get up alongside him?
It's still pretty tight to get alongside him.
Yeah. So I've crawled over. I'm actually on the ladder now, which might give him room enough to cling to the ledge.
Once you get on the ladder, you're good. Kong can come up along behind you, and the rest can follow suit as everyone goes one at a time.
That looks
yeah,
fun.
so we'll probably just be going up in order because, yeah, Freya's obviously going up.
Gonna be next. But I say to Kong, I don't think it can probably hold one person. I don't think it's gonna hold much more. Let's do it one at a time. So when I'm down, you go. But before you go, tell the next person to do it one at a time.
Okay.
All right.
Makes
I
sense.
climb down and I do the drop from the bottom of the ladder down to the whatever's down there waiting for me.
All right, give me just an acrobatics check.
Hmm.
Low DC, don't panic.
I'll try not to.
All right.
It's a low roll.
Is that your acrobatics?
So,
The one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
All
man.
right.
oh boy!
It hurt.
Oh boy!
Ooh.
Here, Jimmy. You slip off the rope. It's wet and mildewed and algae covered. It's been a harrowing journey. Even though you kept your cool, it was one of those things where it's like a roller coaster going up the initial rise where you're just like, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. Yeah.
I don't breathe. That doesn't mean I don't have something like adrenaline.
Yeah. So you hit the ground of the stone for 3 points of damage. Nothing's broken, except your pride. And thankfully, the rope is not broken either.
Appreciate that. You gotta love to see that.
So I'm gonna pull myself to the ledge and kind of sit on it with my feet dangling over, waiting for whoever's next to come up behind me. Who's that?
Me.
Freya?
Freya. Jimmy said only one person on a ladder at a time, but I don't think I need the ladder because it's not really that far down, and I think I can slide down these walls, and it looks like really fun. So feel free, use the ladder, ta-ta, and I'm gonna try and like bounce between the walls down.
Now keep
There's
in
only
mind,
one wall, bro.
yeah, where this opens, it's a 15-foot drop, like open air. Now you can.
Oh, so it's not like
Tumble
another tube?
No, it's not. It's not a tube. No, this is opening into a small room.
Oh, that looks fun. I'm gonna flip.
All right,
I'm gonna do like a
I
parkour.
prepare to dodge.
let's see what you got. I'll give it to you.
I'm also gonna combine that with slow fall, my
There you
monk
go.
ability.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. You actually land straddling Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
It's like, how do we keep getting in this situation? Colin?
you
How do we-
okay?
How do we wind up back here?
This has happened before?
You're standing on my head, man.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Not even 10 o'clock yet. Not even 10 o'clock.
Hey, we're
Freya's
getting there.
Freya's coming down next.
You all right?
Right.
That's good. Hopefully she doesn't use that.
And are you
Yeah.
using the ladder, Freya?
I am using the ladder, and I'm telling Mori above me to only get on the ladder whenever I'm off of it, basically.
So one at a time. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to roll out my blanket, and I'm gonna tell Jimmy grab the other end.
All right.
This is very wise.
All right. Well, same thing. Give me your roll, if you would.
Okay. What roll is acrobatics?
Yeah. And are you guys trying to catch her with the blanket?
Yeah, if
just
she
in case.
falls.
All right.
Okay.
All right. With the assisted benefit of the blanket, you nearly lose it. Like as you're going, you kind of tilt a little bit, kind of like when you pop a wheelie going over a hill on your bike, and you kind of feel it go whoa. But they catch you in the blanket and resolve you from any damage. You're good.
Ah, that's greatly appreciated, you two. Thank you.
You're heavier than I
Kong with
thought.
the big brain plays.
So I tell you what, is everybody else down the hole, or is anyone still at the top in the cistern?
I believe
Draken
Draken
and
is
everything.
still up there.
Okay.
Draken is going to jump in as well, head first.
Now, Draken, this is going to be really tight for you because of your size and your wings. I'm going to let, just to save time and hassle, I'm going to let you get through, but when you come out the other side, it's going to be a religious experience of some sort. Between the filth of the water and the tightness of the hole and the fact that your wings are extremely like just compressed as you're going, when you come out the other side, This is one of those I never want to look at one of those again. I've just experienced birth for a second time, even though I was hatched.
That's what it's like for the rest of you?
Is this how you mammals do it? This is awful.
Hey, when I get to the end, I am going to try to climb down the ladder.
Alright, well here, let's just, once again, to save time, let me see. Maury, give me your acrobatics. We'll just do this real quick.
Sure.
I don't know if I can fit in that hole. I'm part giant. I don't think it's gonna work.
It's gonna be really tight for you too. Maury goes tumbling off the ladder completely. Lands on the blanket. You guys kind of go and she whacks her ass on the stone floor for a point of damage.
Maury, why are you so much heavier than Freya?
Damn.
Because
Alright.
she's carrying all those books around. She's a lore bard.
Oh.
Or is the master? Master, have you gone in?
Yes.
Okay, that's you. Alright. Yeah, with grace and ease, you bypass the blanket and land on your feet and kind of brush yourself off.
Go off.
Ta-da!
Because that's something the master would do.
Yeah.
Alright, Draken.
Alrighty.
In his panic, Draken tumbles out and just kind of goes, blam!
We're gonna
You
try
guys-
real hard to catch him.
Did
You
he
guys
miss-
catch him, but his girth and weight just kind of pull you guys in, and he hits the ground for a point of damage. Once again, all of you
Alright.
guys are starting to get kind of wore out.
Aren't you supposed to have wings?
You're
He's
just for show.
about to shake him off at you.
And then press the digitation to clean myself off.
All right, and Agron, you're the only one
Nope,
that's
nope,
left.
nope. I drop the blanket and I move away.
I mean, it's okay. You don't need to do anything like that, since I have a wonderful ring and I should just float down the hole.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm running away and he just floats down to the bottom.
Floating down the dainty angel.
All right. So same with you, Agron. This is an extremely unpleasant experience. The whole time you're going through, and in the back of your mind, when the panic starts to set in from feeling claustrophobic and compressed, you can feel Briarbane in your head, just lulling you and calming you, like a loving mother figure. No words, but just the empathy of it. You feel it, and it's comforting and yet disquieting at the same time.
I don't know what it needs.
All right, so go ahead. Sorry.
The best little death stick you ever seen.
The best little death stick in Texas. So, as you guys look around, you're on a 10-foot by 10-foot square stone platform where the water's been dripping. There's a wedged solid iron grate beneath you leading into darkness where the water is dripping in, and a set of stairs leading down into another room.
While they're figuring out what to do, I start folding up my blanket.
Okay.
You wanna squeeze that a little there, Kong.
Probably gonna want to squeeze all your stuff out except for Draken at this point.
Didn't Draken press the it?
He did himself.
Draken?
Can you please?
I will do. Anyone who asks.
Thank you.
And I will
Yes,
do-
please.
Thank you. I think you left a skid mark on it.
You can make it a little bit
Please.
darker.
No, that's glitter.
That was there long before you ever came down into the sewer, Kong. Don't lie.
It was all Draken.
Don't look a good horse in the mouth.
Doesn't ask. She just stands near me, or he just doesn't stands near me and assumes I'll do it.
Yeah.
So we have another grate, which is an experience I'm sure no one is thrilled to repeat. And
Ooh.
stairs.
I'm excited.
Everybody
well-
loves stairs. I checked the ceiling.
Just aside from where you came out of, it's nondescript. Solid
Perfect.
stone.
Stairs time.
Are there walls on both sides of the stairs, or is it like one of the sides open air?
It's one side's open air.
Hmm.
Here. Are you guys going down or?
Is there a handle?
I
on
will
the
go
wall?
over to the top and look over at the room below.
Okay.
I'm going down.
It opens up into a. All right. Well, you're going down. All right. Well, as you begin your descent into this next room, you once again hear an all too familiar voice ringing through the halls beneath.
Should we be moving our icons, or is it just? Oh, never mind.
You may need to move around till you find where you're at on the black screen there, but it should show.
Oh, we're good. We're there.
I'm not. Can't see a thing.
You'll be at the top center. Let me know if anyone can't
Oh.
see.
Okay.
I can, in fact, see all as well.
I can't see.
Yeah, I can see you moving around. I'm trying to follow you.
Here, hang on. Can't see, Maury?
It's black.
She's the only one not outlined in red, too. It's weird.
Well, that's because she's fancy.
Yeah.
You should be able to. Okay, Daryl's got it. There it is. Maury, you still can't see?
We gotta work on your snap to grid skills.
What the?
I think I have the grid turned off.
Yeah, you seem to.
Yeah.
Oh, so that makes it easier.
Yeah. Wait, where'd Maury go?
She vanished.
She shot off on the south end of the screen.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Something is.
Hang here. Let me move you back up there.
Please do.
Is this
Oh, wait.
is
never
this
mind.
the bottom of the stairs or going up? Like, do we go up or down the stairs?
That's the stairs you just
We came down.
Alright, so Maury, you can't see still? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna refresh.
I bumped her head when she.
That might be a good idea.
Probably.
I'm gonna say,
Bump
because you.
my head and my head. Head and my head.
Yeah, and the red is just the way the token's given.
No, I can't see.
Oh, wait, here, let's try this. Anything?
What happened to that song?
There you go.
Song finds the music soothing.
Do we have Maury vision?
Still nothing?
I can't even see any of you.
Are you
That's
sure you're on the
especially
right,
strange.
I
right
can't
part of
see
the map?
tokens, and I can't see any map.
Have you been able to see your own token at any point?
Yes.
Okay, so then you're on the right part of the map, probably. If you can you see like blackness? Do you at least see the blackness of the map?
Yeah, I see very, very much greater, huge black square.
If you just zoom all the way out, can you tell where you are on the map right now?
Yeah, top middle. I only see my my token.
Make sure she has the has sight option selected.
Yeah, she does. She has the same settings as everybody. Here, I'm gonna try one more thing here.
You delete her token and add it back.
Ah, now I can see.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Magic.
So we're good. We're good. All right, so this appears to be a drainage room. All right. Of some sort. Now, you guys are way deep down in the underbelly of our moon at this point.
Does the city have such an elaborate sewer system?
It
It's
is the
sewer
biggest.
level.
It is the biggest city in the world.
4 levels of poop?
However,
I think
Like-
London sewers literally used to fit an entire city in them.
this is. You're noticing that at this point, what you're seeing isn't sewage. Like, this is regular water coming through here at this point. So
Fancy.
this, if it is tied into the sewage, it's barely any of it's getting this far down. This is ancient construction. I will say, here, if you can see my little marker on the map there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
there are skeletal remains leaned up against the wall with a mining pick, decrepit and ancient, next to him.
Oh, we're gonna die down here.
The door here is a rusted, ancient grate of a door. You can barely see through it. It's so covered with mold and lichens and rust.
What? Lichens?
Yep.
Yes.
It's got werewolves growing all over it.
Very small ones.
There is water coming out of this pipe here into this grate, and this one as well into this grate. You can hear the sounds of movement, liquid coming through the other pipes in the room that you can see.
Mhm.
Beyond that, there is some flora growing around the drainage ditches, various forms of fungus, and some subterranean plant life. Other than that, though, all you hear is the sound of her voice echoing through the chambers.
I can't tell direction that the voice is coming from at all.
No. You can tell it's not in this room. But
Right, but not like a direction. Do I see anything that might look like a doorway or anything?
just the rusted over one right here.
I'll go up to it and see if I can open it.
Okay. It's not like you get a little move on it. It's not necessarily locked. But what are you rolling for there, Colin?
I'm
Oh,
checking to
that's-
see
that's a
what Chucky
dot
tells me.
right there.
Oh, Chucky's on the prowl.
Jimmy's sitting there. He's pulled back out his thieves map, and he's pulled it way up close to his face, and he's trying to discern what's going on in this area. And he's saying, "God,
I'm looking at the map.
should I have paid more or less for this?"
But actually looking at Jimmy.
Well, I will say that you could potentially wrest this thing off its hinges. It's that rusted. But it's going to take a little work, and it's probably going to make a substantial amount of noise.
Rest, did you say?
As you
Jimmy,
guys
would
are
you
look-
like to come help me with this?
Oh, yeah, sure. I put the map away, and while I'm futzing around in my pack, I pull out a crowbar, and I walk up and I say, "All right, let's give it a try."
You should be asking, though. Honestly.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's not that strong.
We have bigger, stronger guys here. You could ask, but sure.
Pretty much all of them.
All right.
But do they have a crowbar though?
When it comes to help, when it comes to opening doors, I'm always pretty much going to ask the thieves first.
Oh sure, yeah.
This is a more muscular form
I'm
of
just
door
window
opening.
dressing. I'm not insulted.
Well, I
Whatever.
could probably do it by myself if you want to give me a try.
Whatever. Whatever.
Oh man, here, I hand you the crowbar, Agrin.
Thank you. I guess I'm going to try and peel the door off the hinges, or the hinges, whatever. Peel the door off of the wall.
All right.
Crowbar.
Are you gonna try and pry it
Not
loose?
mad at all.
Yes. I hope my
Ugh.
powerful build. I count as large, quote unquote.
Freya may be ADHD like her, like the
Alright,
person
so-
playing her.
You wedge the crowbar in.
Mhm.
You start yanking at it. And about the third push, you are hit with a substantial electrical jolt. You guys can see energy crackle off the door and just
Oh.
shoot through the crowbar and into Agron's body. Wow! Give me a dex save, please.
Context save.
Hey, thanks, Freya. Looking out
Other
for
than
me.
that, five.
Do you have any resistances
Look
to
at all those 5s.
electric?
No, and I'm wearing metal armor, so it should be even better.
Okay, yeah.
Look at
Storch.
all those chickens.
Agron gets yolked for 13 points of damage and knocked backwards.
Goes flying into the other side of the room.
His hair is singed, like you can see smoke rising. You smell ozone in the air.
Oh shit! I go over and I check on him.
Did
Yeah.
we? Ooh.
I am going to run over to Agrin and like
Man.
cast the cure wounds on him.
Oof.
Alright, Agron, how are you on hit points after that?
I have 8.
Okay, so that hurt like hell.
No, I have 15.
I
Okay.
get 7 back.
Agron?
I'll take that. I take the crowbar back from him. You rest up, buddy. We'll work this out.
Okay.
Hey, Agron? Have you ever had burnt bugbear? That's-
No, no.
That's what you smell like.
Oh.
So,
I
calm.
want to do something, if you don't mind.
Sure, what you got?
Just real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna zip over here.
Zoom.
Yeah, because I have the quick runner shirt on still, so I feel like I can move that quickly.
Yeah, you're pretty
Um,
zippy.
Hopefully, I'm right next to Agron, and I want to hold
Okay.
out a potion. I don't know if this will help. Potion of healing.
You should probably keep that for those that don't have the ability to heal themselves, as I heal myself.
Oh, duh. I'm sorry.
And that was,
Alright,
that was
okay.
It was really touching, though.
It was a
That was
plot
very,
point for me.
very. I appreciate it, but
that was
I
very
feel-
kind.
I'm a rogue,
that
I'm
was-
not an expert in healing, so I would not know.
That was remarkably kind for the master. Like
Yes,
that was
Jimmy's
calm.
gesturing you over towards the door, though, Master.
Calm.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
As this interchange is occurring, you hear
I can't tell who's who.
you hear the sound of somebody going.
I look at Chucky.
It's not Chucky.
That's creepy. I pull a wand out of my bag.
Okay. Colin, give me a perception check, please.
How about this door, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, we got to figure out where it's hooked in.
While this is all going on, I would like to replenish one of my second level slots.
Okay.
Alright, so I got a 9 on my perception.
You're not sure where it's coming from, but you can hear it. It's in the room.
I point my wand at Master. Is that you?
Okay, Kong's pointing a wand at you, Master. He's acting a little weird.
Is that you?
Kong, unless that's a
Advocate from
door
this music,
opening
I would
wand.
not point things at me. I'm like overcompensating from being like I was physically struggling like to hand him the potion against my better nature and against everything that I'm about. Like I'm trying to change, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, give him the potion, it'll help. You know. So now I'm like reverbing back and he's pointing a wand at me and I'm like
I say
Can't
sorry
stand
and
you
I start
anyway.
waving a wand around. Like, I didn't mean it.
why do you have a wand?
I found it at a shop and the shopkeeper said it was real fitting.
What you got there? A knife. No!
Why do you have a knife? Who gave you a knife?
11 out of 10 Vine reference.
All right. As this is going on, Agron and Master, the two of you
No.
suddenly not only hear the but you notice that it's actually coming from the skeletal remains. Upon looking over, you see the skeleton actually has his hand over his mouth and is watching you, giggling to himself.
Oh no. Oh no. The skeleton is alive, y'all. Look.
I say, huh. Is it a familiar giggling, though?
You don't recognize it, but the moment the master points it out, and you guys see this, like, he's not terribly slick. The moment everybody looks, he goes, but you can kind of see one dully glowing eye still kind of like looking around in the eye socket.
I'm like, we see you.
You having a good time there, buddy?
No, you don't. What?
I wanna.
I'm
Did you
dead.
say no you don't?
No, you don't. I'm dead. Nope.
I'm gonna walk
I
up
can
to him.
hear you now too.
I'm gonna walk up to him and put Chucky's face right in his.
Oh
Oh, it actually hasn't. Oh
no! None of this is natural.
What do you think, Chucky?
no!
He starts giggling.
Oh no!
Did your friend get a little toasty?
He did. He did. He's a bit better now. He's a hardy fellow.
Oh god, what does Chucky say?
We must know.
We need to know.
Pull my string, I'll stab your face.
You guys can't get out that door.
I don't know. We're an inventive bunch.
You said we can see through it, right?
Just barely.
I look over at Freya and I'm like,
I say, the door can
we
wait a
should be
moment.
able to
I
get out
actually
of
walk
this, shouldn't
over.
we? Like, why are
I
we
walk over
standing
and
here?
hunch
We can
down in
face
front of him
them.
and say, "You're an odd one."
Did you like the pipe, brother?
Hell no, nobody likes the pipe.
No, I don't think anybody liked the pipe. The pipe
He
could have been
looks-
better.
Jimmy, as you're leaned in, he actually like stutters up and kind of gets in your face. He goes, "I know you."
That's not creepy at all.
Interesting. How would Jimmy react to that?
Or anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something.
All right.
1 second.
You said the skeleton was over here.
Right there.
All right, so that's where I was at.
I'm gonna stare daggers at Jimmy. Really closely looking what he's doing.
I mimic back at him. Here's my performance roll for him. I give him another one right back. I say, I think
There.
I know you too. And big old Jimmy the Mouth smile.
He just starts cackling. Oh, we should dance sometime, my brother. We should dance, but my legs don't work.
That's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
I touched the gate too.
Is that why your
It
legs
Really
don't work?
seems like you shouldn't do that.
No.
Most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, most of the time, when something kills you, you tend to stay dead. What's your excuse?
If I don't think I should tell you that.
Oh, come now, brother. Tell me. It's got to be so interesting. And let me roll your persuasion real fast.
Can I roll insight to see why he called Jimmy brother? Or say that he knows him?
Not to see why, but you can gain some insight.
I think I have insight.
Is that 22 your roll, Jimmy?
That was my persuasion, yes.
All right.
Jesus.
All right.
I feel so good. I haven't gotten to use that +8 in a long time, it feels like.
All right. Well, first off, your persuasion. He stops for a second. He says, "Zendel wouldn't be happy if I told you. He'd grind me into dust to bake his bread."
Oh, no.
Kong, as you're watching this, you notice Jimmy's not breathing.
Jimmy?
Yeah, Kong.
Are you okay?
I don't look away from the skeleton.
I'm gonna pull it.
I'm fine, Kong. I'm fine.
I'm gonna pull
Why
Kong
aren't you
away.
breathing?
Oh, I don't really feel like it anymore.
I just
Must be
don't.
so nice. All this inhaling, exhaling, and
It's so much work.
it really
I
is.
think that means he doesn't need to smell either. I mean, would you really want to, like... I mean, I'd give up the ability to smell in these sewers.
Yeah, that's where the advantage against disease comes from, really, is that you don't have to smell any of this shit anymore.
Literally.
But, okay.
Must be
I got a
nice.
little out of him, it looks like. Let's see. Is there anything interesting other side of that door? To the skeleton.
No.
No, you sure?
What do I know? I'm on this side. Do I look like I've moved anytime recently? He points to his legs. He points to his legs, and the lower half of his legs are actually kind of rotted completely off.
You
Can-
got me there, friend. You got me
gonna-
there.
Come. a little
If we
closer
find anything
behind
neat, I'll tell you.
I have an
my
idea.
Jimmy,
Oh,
And
wait,
I
wait, wait.
cast friends on the skeleton.
Oh,
You really wanna tell us. You really wanna tell us. Come on, we are friends, right?
he's immune.
And-
Being
It-
dead helps a lot.
Yes.
Maury, do you have a knife?
Hey,
It's a
hey,
good question.
monkey boy, come here,
Yes, weirdo?
come here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
hold-
tell you how to
hold-
get through the door.
Okay, one sec.
But you
But hold on. Hold that thought. Hold on.
come here.
I hold out my rope and I ask Maury to cut it.
Come here, monkey boy.
It'll make
Come here,
sense
I
in
tell
a
ya.
minute. Oh, one
Can I
second.
step in and cut his rope before Maury can?
If you...
I'm like
Okay.
bardic
Sit
slow,
right
and
next
she's
to her.
like,
So I walk over to him and I look real mischievous with the rope. He's like, yeah?
Come here.
What?
Come here. I want to whisper it in your ear.
No!
Come here.
No!
Come here.
Uh,
Do you want to
I'll-
get through the door?
How-
Don't do it.
You can whisper it to me while I fix you.
Come here.
So I get close and I start rummaging around in his rib cage.
It's empty. As you get close, though, he brings a hand up around the back of your neck gently
Uh-huh.
and just starts gently kind of pushing you so he can whisper in your ear.
Like I go forward, but like I'm kind of like,
I see what you're doing. I help you. I
Well-
help you with that.
yeah,
Are you leaning in so
yeah.
he can whisper in your ear?
But yeah, while he's doing it, I'm starting to tie knots with the rope around his spine.
Okay.
Yeah. I help him with that.
All right. Well, roll 20 for me. How about this?
This is gonna be fun.
No, not insight.
Oh. I don't know if
Just
that's
get
good or
close
bad.
to me.
What's your deck or your AC?
17.
All right. With remarkable speed, as you're drawing in and trying to be sneaky, his other hand comes around and jabs a dagger into the side of your ribs cage. You take a point of damage as you withdraw quickly and manage to get out of the most of the damage.
Jimmy, you've really
And he-
pissed me off now. Or not Jimmy. You're
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Just
Jimmy, what's your
hit
friend's
his
name?
Arm and pull it.
I don't
out of
know,
his sockets.
but I suspect he's not my friend. I saw he just stabbed you.
He's cackling wildly.
I go up and I keep distance, and I keep from the low end of his rib cage. I continue to tie his rib cage against my extended staff.
Trying
I'm
to
gonna
pin
whisper
him
to
down.
Kong, honestly, why don't we just take his head and leave the rest?
Master, shall we make some more
It's-
progress on
it's
this door
Good,
while
Chris.
It's better this way.
Kong is having a very slow fight?
Sure. Might as well.
All right.
Right? I just
Yes,
don't know where
you
the
take
door
the
is,
lead,
that's my only
Master. You're
thing.
much better at this part than I am.
Where is it? Is it
It's
south?
by
of
where
this?
I'm standing.
Right here.
I'm wiggling around.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
roundabouts there.
Okay.
All right. So Kong, you're trying to tie up the skeleton while they're doing that.
I'm gonna try and tie him to the top of my staff so I can carry him around.
He's
Alright,
gonna stab
so-
at you again.
So we
Alright.
know that Agron was shocked by electricity, right?
Mm-hmm. And we know vaguely how that works.
I have a fairly average or slash above average intelligence, so I think I would know that wood doesn't conduct well.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm going to try to look at my inventory and see if I have anything that's wooden that I could use.
There are some vines in the corner you could probably pull up.
Mm,
Well, what's that? There might be something. I rummage.
could have used a
Hmm.
torch, but I don't know if I have that. I have some rope, but
Just to throw this out there, you guys do have thieves' tools, right?
We
yes?
do, but it's a shocking sort of door, so we're reluctant to deploy them against it.
I'm just saying, you are rogues. You could try to disarm it.
That's the goal, but we're trying to do it in a smart way.
Okay.
Do I
Yeah, I would like-
successfully tie up the skeleton?
If you would like, I can offer you my torch or a bolt.
I think the torch will probably help.
Yeah.
So Church, we would like to investigate using the torch to maneuver things so we don't get shocked if necessary.
Well, the torch is
And-
not. The torch won't be strong enough to jar.
To break it. We don't expect it to be.
Okay.
We're using it as a tool to poke at stuff.
Okay.
I would like to find where the electricity is being conducted through. Where is this hooked up to something?
It's hard
What's
to
the
say.
source?
Whatever it is within the stone itself.
Mm.
Mm.
It's
we
not
have 10
filling me
minutes?
with confidence, is it? I don't.
Jimmy,
One more.
do we have 10 minutes?
We got as long as it takes to get this door open. I think
If
10
you and
minutes is
Master
probably
has-
reasonable.
Has a suspicion where it could be, I can identify it. I just need to touch it though.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Oh.
Here, I tell you
All
what.
right, sure. Yeah.
Give me the two of you are working in tandem.
Hmm.
Give me a thieves' tool check Since you're poking around with wooden objects, I assume you have things within your tool set that are non-conductive for just such a moment.
Sure. Just one with advantage, both of us, which feel.
Whichever one of you wants to actually do the work, the other is assisting.
I can't.
Whoever
get
is
my
actually
sheet to
doing-
roll it, so
Whoever is actually doing the work takes the risk.
I can't get my sheet to click it. So I don't.
I don't have a clickable sheet. I just type shit in.
I don't even
It's
know
all
what
good.
that would be.
You
It's
have
a tool proficiency.
Yeah, you have a
It's-
skill called Thieves' Tools or something.
It's in my inventory.
Using
Really
sleight of
useful.
hand.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
I have a 20 dex. I probably will do better at that than you would, but I don't know.
You
don't
you
roll
well
well.
may. I couldn't tell you.
20 decks? What the fuck?
We're
But
level
here,
4
since you're
now,
having
right?
some
Like,
difficulty with the location of it, I got it. I got the roll. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to get this to do it.
So there to roll.
Is that... So 12.
Yes.
All right, you can't seem. You can kind of see the mechanism
Mhm.
and where it works. You can see that there's a contact plate, and if it's shifted enough, it hits that contact plate and ignites the charge to run through the entire structure of the gate.
Mhm.
But you can't quite figure out how to stop the contact point from touching with your tools.
Gotcha. I pointed out to Master, and we investigated, and I go, that's a tricky one. It's hard to do this when you can't actually touch it with anything. I didn't realize that'd be such a problem.
Yeah, let's see. We should be able to. If the contact plate is the only problem, that's.
Master, you want to give it a try?
I mean, am I like examining it to see what it does? Because I already know that from what he said.
No,
Am I
you're trying to
like,
work out a
sleight of hand it
method
out of there,
for
or-
Hey,
work
roll
out a
that.
method with our existing thieves' tools to stop the mechanism from triggering when we attempt to open the door. Basically.
I would say
Roll,
put something between it.
It's
but I
really
don't know.
dusty here.
Roll a dex with the +7.
Bless you.
It's really
Bless you.
dusty here.
A dex skill with a +7, or
Yeah, roll a dex
Anything I
check
have
with a
proficiency?
+7. Yeah, like roll a d20 with a +7, basically.
okay, 1 second.
All right. You managed to tie him up.
Me or
All right. No.
No, Kong has a skeleton on a stick now.
We're struggling
Yeah.
right there behind you.
Yeah. And Master, you have advantage if you want to try a second roll. Since Jimmy's assisting you.
all
You
right?
just flip-flop it.
Oh, that's not better.
Okay.
we
That's
ain't
all
great
right.
rogues today.
That's all right.
Yikes!
Master actually pulls out a wooden shim from her thieves' stick, and with a small mallet hammers it into the contact point, blocking it from touching. And in doing so, has freed it up to actually just be unlocked and open.
Aw,
Ta-da!
I was gonna make Waldo do it.
Oh no, who's Waldo?
I hold up the skeleton. I named him.
He's tied him to his staff.
Keep Waldo
Right.
over that way. I don't feel like he's going to be very helpful.
Oh, but he could have
Hey,
touched
He
Mari?
has
it.
still a dagger in his hand.
Mari,
Yes, he still has a dagger.
do you
in
just
his
want
hand.
this sword back, or
So I'm like holding him out like this.
Do I want the sword back?
yes?
Actually, I thought about it. And I think you need. Well, I still need a fucking sword someday. But because I'm more not in the middle of it, I give you the second sword.
In response, can I hand her one of the I do not know how to pronounce this.
I'm gonna type here the
One
sword.
one of the things with the Y. I don't know what this is.
The Y?
When
I'm
I
not
bought
sure
my,
what you're talking
when I
about.
bought my inventory, we added 2 of these to my inventory, and I have no idea how to say that word.
How is it spelled?
Oh, YKLWA.
Yiqua? Mm.
Gesundheit.
Not even close.
It's a 3-foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade up to 18 inches long. It's a thrown weapon.
It's a javelin.
Can you use this, Maury?
I actually was going to give her the trident back.
Okay, I'll give her one of these Yiquas, whatever you say it as. I don't know. Help! Help!
Master, let's get the door. Let's get out of here.
All right,
What are you
yeah,
guys
okay.
doing? What's everyone doing?
So
As
we'll
you guys-
try to.
combat, I guess.
As you guys start trying to pick the lock, I assume,
Yes.
All right.
the skeleton at the end of Kong's staff begins to go, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
I did ask Kong to keep him away from the door. Hopefully he's not nearby.
He's doing this at the top of his lungs, though. Well, figuratively.
I bop him on the ground and say, shh!
He starts cackling. You want some coconuts, little monkey man?
I do.
I got your
Oh,
coconuts.
You're not a very good singer.
Come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
Come here.
He's not gonna fall for that one twice.
Oh no.
I go and I put his head under the water by this pipe.
You know I don't breathe, right?
Would you like us to roll there,
Just
Mr. Church?
same thieves' sticks, tools. Or I guess
Okay.
D20 plus 7 for you, Master, if you're doing it.
All right. Jimmy? Me or you?
I got it.
All right.
It is a 15, Judge.
That will do. Let's see here. Alright. Bear with me a second.
1.
Where is that? Why isn't it let me remove this?
Did you get it, Master?
Yes,
Alright.
it's Yiqua.
Can you write it to me?
Butchered it.
There you go. We'll just do that.
Hey,
Writing it
we're doing it live. Since we've made a modicum of progress, should we take our union break here at 10:30?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm down for
Yeah.
that. I can refresh my beverage.
Perfect.
Brain.
That will work.
Okay, I've
Alright,
sent
shall
you
we?
BRB, y'all.
Thank you.
the weapon.
All right. I will be right back myself.
Right.
We're back.
We're
back. All right. So the two of you have opened the door and kind of, we'll say, leaned out and looked in. In each corner of the room, here and here, was an enormous, obviously hand-carved stone head in the semblance of a humanoid skull, wearing some type of adornment. Obviously, you can see there's a set of stone stairs, man-made and hewn. These braziers are lit and burning on either side of it, and there's a
beautiful.
large stone door with a bas-relief carving of the same skull head that the two statues represent.
Do we go through the door?
Just these two, Master and
Yeah, we're looking through.
Across the way is another iron barred door, a little less intricate than the one you guys came through. However, you do see the faintest hint of some type of purple light coming through. And in here, it looks like the floor tiling gets a little jagged right at the edge of it. And it's just pitch black beyond. Even with your granted ability to see into darkness right now, it's like you're not piercing whatever veil is coating this door.
That's disconcerting.
I think we should get everybody else in here before we start running around.
Yes.
No, you
just
should
to
definitely split up, go 4 separate ways.
Yes.
No.
2 party members a direction. Kong gets to take Waldo.
Ooh.
Definitely
Mr.
not
Happy
that.
about that.
I should ask though, Church. This is one thing I have forgotten. Waldo mentioned that Zindel wouldn't like that. This was the head mage of the order, I want to say.
You remembered. You remembered.
Head mage of the order of the Sacred Flame, something like that.
Zindel.
Can't be far off.
Yep. Zindel he is top dog as far as magic users in the realm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have actually seen him before.
Just the one time. I don't think we recognized him then, though.
Yeah, Zindel of the Aberrant Flame.
It was Aberrant Flame, that's it. So, apart from the lit braziers, there's no activity in this room, I guess I should say. The skull door up on the dais is closed. There's a void to the east and to the south that the other iron door is also closed.
The entire area, even the previous room, there is a slight mist that clings to the floor. In the previous room, it wasn't terribly thick. Like, it was just kind of moisture, basically. It's thicker in here. There's parts of the room, and it's shifting as mist does, but there's parts of the room as you're stepping in where you'll see, like, it's hard to see your feet.
Okay. Kong, I have terrible news.
Yeah?
You're gonna have to leave Waldo behind.
Why?
Because there might be people here, and they might not like us. We might have to be sneaky.
Oh, monkey boy, give me a hug. That's okay. Come here. Come here.
But he's intimidating.
Come here, monkey boy. Come here.
I slapped him.
I like.
Are you getting that close?
I'm trying to be sneaky a little
Can,
bit.
can we
about it.
just can we plug his mouth?
Because he does still have a dagger. in
Yeah,
his
yeah, I
hand.
know.
Now,
I don't really
Kong?
hit him like.
I don't know if
damage,
you've
like-
noticed, but he doesn't have lungs, vocal cords, or lips. I'm not sure he needs that mouth
Can
to talk.
someone put silence on him?
I don't think that's how that works. I don't know. Is that how that works? I look at Maury.
Please, Maury. I want to keep
I don't
him.
know. I
I
don't know
could just
it.
say something about the conservation of materials and resources. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
But he's
For
got
a
a knife. He
Master's
can,
right.
We could
but
cast it for ourselves.
he's like a
Master's right.
living Chucky, though.
Nobody needs him.
If we survive, you can come back for him.
Monkey boy,
All right.
monkey boy, monkey boy.
Do you promise to be quiet?
No. In fact, I'm going to wake something up in just a minute here, and you're going to join me.
I didn't start banging him on the floor.
That sounds like a real attack.
Are you trying to smash him?
Yes.
Roll to hit.
He's tied to the end of the staff.
He is
That
the
feels
hit.
like advantage.
Does he get advantage because the ground is prone?
He is the weapon. There is
Missed
no hitting.
maneuver. Add advantage, please. He is tied to your weapon. There you go. Two-handed, 12 points.
Yep.
All right, you shatter his skull, and the limbs fall limp. He drops the dagger, and a key falls out of his now shattered skull.
Poop face.
See how much better this worked out, Kong, and I pat him on the back.
He
No,
was the
because we could have just
had him.
banged him against the door of whatever that key's for, and it would have opened.
key. You did.
I'm
good.
not sure that's how that works, Kong.
I don't know, but could you imagine, like, it would have been really cool if I went to go hit someone, and then I, like, bash him with him, and he stabs him?
I don't
like a
think he'd be
twofer.
cooperative. I mean, like, you're right. That would be great. But I just feel like it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't meant to be.
Oh,
You were
shucks.
one rest away from a slit throat.
All right, but
All right.
I'll go pick up the key.
All
And I'll
right.
say, it's okay. I'm actually a little worried because when I was chatting with our dearly double departed friend Waldo, he mentioned a guy. And if that's the reason Waldo was still semi-alive and kicking, I'm a little concerned why he was hanging around down here. The head of the Order of the Aberrant Flame
Is
ideally
that his
wouldn't be
title?
in the sewers, wouldn't be anywhere near us.
that what do you have to call him that? The what? The what flame?
His name is Zindel. He's a little more powerful than us. I'm not gonna lie.
But his
Colin
mom
was not with you when you first saw Zendel.
Yes.
I'm thinking his mother didn't like him if she named him Zindel. Probably got bullied in school.
Honestly, given what he was doing last time we saw him, I don't think anyone likes him.
Yeah, with a name like that, I probably didn't have many friends. We should just give him a
Yeah,
hug.
but burying children in the bog water is not a popular activity.
What?
I would say.
Oh, that fucker's gotta die.
Kong, if you
is
pull it off,
Zendel's-
you're the boss now.
Zendel's is starting to click for the rest of when Jimmy says that. If you hadn't already.
You recall our necromantic friend.
The one that was drowning children in barrels in the bog. on your first
Friend?
date.
Really?
Wait,
Figure of speech, man.
you have a friend who sleeps with
our
dead people?
dearest enemy.
I have a tough enough time calling you all friends.
No, this is all right.
I walk
It's
up and
just
I
a
hug
difference.
Master.
It's just a difference, Master. It's okay.
No!
You're gonna get stabbed.
I'm gonna run. He's
It's
chasing me
okay.
around the room.
But-
Come
I
here.
chase her.
Okay, all right. Serious time.
No.
Benny Hill
Serious
theme.
time. That skeleton let slip that he might have been resurrected, or at least was under the power of Zindel. And if he was put there just kind of like on accident as Zindel passed through, why did Zindel pass through here? If he was an early warning system,
I don't.
I like
think
that even less.
He's a person who squeezes through piping.
I feel like there might have been some other way to get here if you're an immensely powerful wizard. They do what they want.
Teleportation?
You like that?
On that note, when everything is a little bit nicer, I'm gonna pull basically my lovely, lovely flask out and drink for the first time again.
There's the
Things are
old
finally
brain.
getting back to normal.
Oh,
It's
how
not
close are
sneaky
we
anymore.
on?
To what?
On.
To calm?
Dawn.
Oh, dawn.
Sunrise.
How long has it been?
Well, do any of you have the ability to keep time underground?
Hell no. Wait, though. Wait. Let me check something.
Maybe. I have 2 items that react to dawn.
Do they have to be touched by dawn, or are they on a clock?
They're on a clock.
Okay.
Recharge at dawn.
I did not acquire a pocket watch. I have nothing.
You guys are basically coming. You're basically on your second day. So it's probably about 8 in the morning right now.
But everybody be very, very quiet. We're trying not to get hunted by wizards. And I'll quietly go look at the void area.
All right. Like I said, it's like you're not piercing that veil.
Does the
It's
veil
just-
seem to be coterminous with some sort of door, or is it just across an entryway?
You just can't make anything out in that entryway.
Alright, fair.
I'll join them over there.
Okay.
I kind of mope my way over for having lost Waldo.
We'll all miss him, I'm sure.
I stealth.
All right. The 3 of you standing over there are. You're not sure why,
Ooh.
but as you look into the darkness that you should be able to see into, but for some reason your eyesight will not penetrate, you're overcome with this oppressive sense of dread. Like, this is one of the first times in your life you have felt pure, unconditional, and unexplainable fear. You all 3 feel like there is something in this chamber beyond this gateway that you do not want to see.
That's enough to convince me.
Yikes! Yikes! I don't want to go over there. I don't want to go over there. No.
I will
No
say,
way.
as you're looking around, this door over here, remember I said there was a faint purplish glow coming through the bars?
Yes.
The direction that you're looking from the archway with the impenetrable darkness, you can actually see it brighter. There's something glowing in the far corner of this room, as far as you can tell, in this room.
Zach, I feel like you're pinging something, but I'm not seeing it on the map.
Southern room. The southern
Room, alright. So is it like a portcullis kind of door?
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
just bars.
This one?
Yeah.
I will attempt to peer into the purple lit room.
Alright. Here.
I do approach stealthily, so let me roll you a stealth first.
Alright.
May or may not matter, but I'm trying.
Do better than I did earlier. Can I try again? Good grief.
Well, you do have advantage because of your cloak.
Yeah.
Oh man, how did I not do
Gotta
that?
remember that.
Oh, I just.
There you
Hey, there it is.
All right, Jimmy,
Quite a lot better.
You're peeking in.
So I don't see any other, living beings in here, do I?
Nothing moving.
Just
Fair
turn around
enough.
and look back at everyone like,
Yeah,
all right, we're going in.
For some reason, it's not letting me remove doors that I put in, so you're peeking.
Yeah, I understand. I will also look for corpses.
Nothing that you see. Master, are
In
you
particular.
peeking too?
Yes.
Here. There, you're peeking.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Just a short peek. I look over at the object in the corner with the purple light.
All right.
I'm
There's a
just
large,
suspicious.
expensive-looking tapestry covering something in the corner of the room.
Is it something shaped in a particular kind of rectangle that is familiar?
It is rectangular.
I estimate if it's the same size and shape as the mirror in the Queen's temporary abode.
It could be.
Could be.
I will say that peeking through here and here and somewhere over here, there are candles lit and burning in the room. The whole floor is covered with mud and fungus growing from it. You can see various disheveled crates and boxes, and just barely make out a bench or a cot over here.
As I have learned so recently, I look up.
You just see the stone ceiling.
Okay. I return from peeking.
Okay.
To confer with the party.
All right.
So it definitely looks like something's been living here or doing something here. I mean, there's these lit torches. There's some candles in that room over there, but I don't see any body. There is something though. Something in the corner, hidden under a tapestry. And I feel like we should check it out.
What kind of thing under a tapestry?
Who knows?
It's hard to tell. It's under a tapestry there, Kong, but my suspicion is that it might be a pair to the mirror in the Queen's villa.
Could be another stabby skeleton.
Ooh.
Could be a stabby skeleton. Oh my god, Kong, we have to check it out. We gotta
I'm
look
down.
at it.
If we're
I
not
am down.
too close to it, I can basically mage hand and just lift the tapestry a little bit.
Go for it. Sounds like a great idea. Try and be quiet, though. Be quiet when you get close.
I'm quiet.
I
Alright,
would
we-
like to
if we're
try
gonna
to
go
come
in,
into the room
we
as
should-
well.
We should all go in, together.
Well, we can't go in. There's a portcullis. We haven't gotten that open. I have a key,
Oh.
but we haven't checked.
Oh.
I'm gonna do quiet. I'm gonna
Good
crit
job,
quiet.
Maury.
Hey!
This is my second crit today. What the fuck?
I'm gonna wink at Maury good job.
Maury, the alcohol has loosened you up to where you flow.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm
she's been
feeling
taking
the
notes. This
flow.
is such a good job. Good job.
You're so friendly. I like it. I like that side of you.
Uh-oh. Fan fiction, here it comes.
Nobody tell anyone.
Hit him with a mage hand, Maury. First successful use of mage hand across 3 campaigns.
30 feet away from the tapestry, I enter the room. I carefully step in there.
You putting your hand through the grate? Cast the
Yes,
spell.
we have to open the portcullis first. Yes.
Well, I mean, we can let her try this from outside.
She's
Fair enough.
using a mage
It's mage hand.
If it's
Fair enough.
30 feet away, it's okay.
Alright.
I can't see
Yeah.
shit, but I think there's something. Actually, I can't see shit on the map, but
Yeah, I can't see
you
shit
know
either.
where I'm getting.
There's a room, and you.
No
check
one
the
can.
back
It's
side.
the door is blocking and he can't delete it. He just kind of pokes you through the wall so you can see sometimes.
Okay.
So we're in the room, right?
Oh,
You're not in the room.
You're peeking through.
Oh, okay.
Just letting
peeking.
you see.
Well, it looks clear. Why don't we go in?
Is it?
There's a portcullis.
It's just a little out of reach. Just
I
a
bet-
little out of reach.
I bet we could have
I need
stuck
to
Waldo
get
in.
closer.
Waldo probably
I'm
could have
gonna
crawled
check.
over there
But would he have?
if he knew it was good for him.
Ooh, snap.
Alright. While they're doing things, I look around for some sort of mechanism to raise and lower the portcullis. Or if it's just a gate to open it.
No, it's just a gate. It's not actually up and down. It's a barred gate that swings open.
Okay. Step.
Does it have a keyhole? Does it have a handle?
It has a keyhole.
Huh?
Ooh, I see where you go.
I wait patiently, and the mage hand is just like.
Just barely out of reach. I say, now wait a second. I take my crowbar and I sort of give it a gentle toss and listen for a zapping sound as it hits the gate.
Clang. Ding, ding, ding.
No zap, though.
No.
Why don't we have more use the mage hand to try to use the key to open the door?
That'll be fun. Here you go, Mort.
It's a light
Yeah,
object.
sure.
I think we do it.
And I'm leaning on him. And while I'm leaning on him and use the mage hand, I try to feel his pulse.
That's.
Or no.
Are
not
you doing
pulse.
so stealthily?
I know, yeah. I'm not
sleight of hand.
feeling his pulse. I'm feeling his body temperature.
Give me a sleight of hand. To be
And a
sneaky.
sleight of hand, you have... Nope. I'm not gonna end that sentence.
Fan fiction.
All right. Well, let me see if I can beat that.
I'm gonna squeeze a little bit.
Oh Lord.
I can roll very poorly, technically. I don't.
So, not only does he notice, but in your distraction, you miss the keyhole and drop the key on the other side of the gate.
I got it. I sent the mage hand through. Pick it up.
It's in the mud,
Mage hand.
digging around.
Yeah, digging it around.
All right, you find this mud-drenched, dirty key.
Now focusing on it.
No. Wait. You're gonna dirty up the mechanism, Maury, and I clean off the key.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
was so
flick it a little
hoping.
bit.
Brush it
Like-
off. Oh, there you go.
So hoping. Stick that muddy key
Okay.
in the lock.
Put the key in it. Doing. I'm acting like nothing happened. And
All right, so you
Gently
unlock the door. The latch gives. The door comes ajar just a little bit.
And the mage hand pushes open.
Okay, you push the door open.
I'm gonna go in, like just barely enough so I can reach the tapestry
All right,
with my 30 feet and notch it a little bit to the side.
about there.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Am I alone in there? Is somebody following me?
I mean, the
help?
door's open, and we're right there in the doorway behind you. So
Inside, as you pull it back, the tapestry, you see a large obsidian mirror framed in mahogany with gold leaf, and within the image on the mirror you see a very, very familiar, sad figure. I just posted in Stapleton.
You gonna go back?
Standing solemnly and singing to herself.
I'm gonna go back to Jimmy. I found her. She's in there.
Yeah, Maury? Yeah, you did. Important question, team. What do we do about that?
Well, the best thing to do would be to figure out how in the world these mirrors work.
Yeah, magic mirrors not really my bag. They're Fey though, right? What do you guys know?
I don't know
Investigate the
much.
mirror.
You gonna walk in and investigate it?
That was question for those one that had looked more in the room than I had. Does it look like it's safe to try to inspect the mirror?
I mean, I
very
don't
much-
see
It's just
anything
mud
in
in
there,
here,
but
too.
somebody's been around.
I will say, Master,
I'm
if
in
you're
there now,
sneaking,
so.
if you're sneaking into the room, the mud makes it fairly obvious where you are.
All right. I'm staying in one spot though, so like.
That's fine. That's fine.
I will
I mean-
try to move towards the mirror, moving stealthy as well.
Okay.
Say, wait 1 second, Draken. 1 second.
Alright.
I look around at the floor out here in the sort of foyer area.
Mhm.
Is there any dirt or mud here at all?
Just at the edge of the bar gate.
I say, you'd have to bring mud down here on purpose. Why would you
Them in the
obscure
mud.
the floor
There's no
with
catching.
mud?
Huh?
I'm sure there's something living in the mud that's going to jump out at me.
Or they've used it to cover up some trap on the floor.
Well, hasn't killed Maury yet.
She's not walked in.
She is. She's in here with me.
Yeah.
Is she? Oh shit.
Yeah, you got 2 people in the room.
Alright. I don't know.
More things back when.
But by all
she's
means, Drake, and
right
prestidigitation it up. It'll make me feel better at least.
5 feet at a time.
Well, start with the, see how quietly Draken can make it into the room.
Yeah, just
Pretty quiet.
not bad.
Very much unlike you.
Alright, I move quietly in, skirting the outside edge of the room to move to the mirror, which I believe is over here.
That's the one.
Okay.
And keep in mind, this area over here is just filled
And
with
we'll-
crates and barrels and rotten bits of fabric and cloth. But there are 3 candles lit in the room.
Are they burning with an unnatural, some might even say aberrant flame?
No, they look like normal candles.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I will actually go over here and examine the area around the cot while Draken's doing his thing.
Choo choo.
I would like to now closer make an idea, see if I can gauge any ideas about the mirror, at least from this side.
All right. Are you pulling back the tapestry and everything?
They let the tapestry drop.
Yeah, just a mage hand that pulled it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move it slowly.
All right. You pull it back, revealing the black obsidian surface with the image of the Queen of the Shanakishan Isles. The beautiful wood grain, the gold leaf inlay. And as you pull it back, standing there, revealing the image, the queen looks up very slowly, makes eye contact with you, and smiles, placing a hand on the surface of the mirror from the inside, apparently.
Hey. I'm not
Maury's
gonna
over
touch
there
the
remembering bad times.
mirror. Not touching the mirror. I said I'm going to look at the edge, look around it, even see if I can look behind it without actually touching the obsidian surface.
There is an unnatural glow coming off of the structure, a violet purple glow that emanates out through the room. That's what you could see from the outside. It pulses with a living magic.
When you're not high level enough to have this spell.
Actually,
I make a Arcana check to see if I know anything about it.
Hey,
Go for
where's
it.
Freya?
She just
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
moved her token into the bottom room, I don't think.
Okay. I was gonna ask her something, but she's not in here.
The one with the mirror in it.
Yeah, we've all moved down into the mirror room now.
Yeah.
South.
But like way south though.
Wait.
Here, I'll move you down there. There you go.
Zip.
All right, Draken. This is some type of artifact level item. You've heard rumors of things like this existing, but not much else beyond that. You don't really know much about it other than the fact that it has definitely got her in it, at least on some level. You're not sure if it's an image or an illusion or a clone or some part of her soul trapped inside or what.
Feeling about what would happen if I touched it?
No.
Well, I'm not going to.
Fair.
Hmm.
Fair.
Hey.
Over at the cot, does it appear anybody's actually been sleeping here?
Yeah. Regularly, by the look of it.
Ah,
Actually,
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
I can try identify it again.
Maury? No, you can't.
Try me.
It takes you 10 minutes to do that. I will distract you the whole time.
That sounds like something
Why
I would
you
do.
though?
Why would I distract her? Because the last time she did that, she almost died and we had to pull her off of it.
I didn't die, come on.
True.
Actually, I trust my team.
Oh,
Maury, I can't
Something
help you if you do that.
lack, actually, right now.
Maury, do you want to try to identify this mirror? You remember what happened?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Still looks like too much. I'm gonna
Holding
knock
a
her
flask
off.
with alcohol.
Church is rolling for how many int you'll lose
Yeah.
for attempting to identify the mirror.
If something really is bad gonna happen, I trust you to pull me away from it.
Do you have to touch it to identify it?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna
Touch
move
the flame.
closer. Hey, Freya, you want to join us over here?
Actually, why
Freya?
I don't just
That's
like...
our turn.
What do you think? Can we face step out of this if we get caught?
Potentially, yes. There's a
gonna
way that we
lay-
can react quickly enough.
Did you see that, Master? By the way.
I'm gonna lay my
saw it.
crossbow on the side, and my newly yarn-torn staff with pokey thing. So I'm not. I need to reach for 10 feet to have it. If something happens, take a big swing. Is it okay? I'm not asking you, Jimmy, though. Should we do it?
I'm
I'm
here to
not-
try to help to make sure that you're okay. But I'm not like a magic user, so I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be much help.
Kong, I need some inspiration from Chucky, though.
Chucky doesn't inspire. He scares
I
people.
know, it just makes me happy.
Oh,
to hear
okay.
it.
All right, Chucky. Would you like to tell Maury anything?
Oh, no.
Please hold. He's a little bashful. What? I got. He's whispering. Chucky says it smells like death, and he wants to know if it's you.
I think we both know who it is.
Maury,
I'm gonna start casting.
I
I'm glaring at Jimmy! I'm glaring!
Maury, come on.
Jimmy says, I trust you, Maury. I'm just worried.
don't get it.
Maury, come on.
The queen has begun to cry.
She's right there, Maury. Come on.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it, guys!
10-minute ritual.
Maury.
I'm doing it!
If you keep looking at Jimmy, he just keeps on not breathing.
I'm not. I'm concentrating right now. I'm doing it. I sure hope nothing comes behind us.
Okay. All right.
While they do this, I post up at the door,
All right.
keeping an eye out to the greater for you.
You can't hear a word that she's making, but the queen is on her knees, being fitfully, looking
can
at you
hear her.
with the most forlorn look, pleading with her eyes, begging.
Begging
hear.
something.
I can hear her.
Master reads lips.
Oh yeah.
No, I can hear her.
Hear her?
What's she
What?
saying, Master?
Oh. I'm concentrating.
Master? Master, what's she saying?
Okay, I know this is probably not gonna be okay. But instead of answering that question, I'm gonna reach out and touch the mirror.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I yell as
Yeah,
she starts to reach
can't.
out.
I can't.
All right.
You
Master
know
reaches out.
I can't.
You know that identify
With her hand.
is included touching the mirror. It's a touch spell.
Can
That's
I
okay.
react since I was right by the mirror?
That would have to be a pretty substantial reaction.
I'm going in, folks.
Master's fast.
Yeah, I'm
And
thinking
stealthy.
maybe.
Look, it's all right. The master reaches out unexpectedly just, I can't, and reaches his hand out. And in doing so, pierces the surface of the mirror into it, grasping the hand of the outstretched queen and pulling her completely out of the mirror. The surface warbles for a moment. Master, the queen falls, just collapses into your arms, holding you tightly and sobbing.
I got you. I got you.
She wipes her eyes and thank you. Thank you, he's coming. We have to go. He's coming.
Who's coming?
I know who's
We don't
coming.
have
We're getting
time
out of
for
here.
this. Let's go.
We're getting out of here. All right. Which way is out of here?
Let's go.
I don't know.
Do you know, or were you just oh shit.
But he is coming.
Shit. Okay. Well, there's no exit from this room, definitely, so back into the foyer.
Okay.
Unless you want to go through the mirror.
Come on.
I don't think the queen would be too eager to get through that again.
Yeah.
Hey.
So back in here,
Okay.
we came through the pipe from the north, and there was nothing else really great going on there. The void is not particularly appealing. Is the void still there?
Yeah.
What's this
But
way?
there's a big... Was there a skull door on this dais to the left?
Yeah, a big stone skull door. It does not have any visible handles or hinges.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Hi.
Is there a gap in the skull, like in the teeth or the eye sockets, that may have something recessed in it?
It honestly, up close, it looks like it's a solid slab of stone.
Hey, Church,
Come on.
is there anything protruding from the walls around here? What I want to do is just see if I can use rope to make a makeshift tripwire.
No, nothing really. You could hammer in a piton or something if you have.
No, it'll take too long. God damn it. Shoddy craftsmanship of
I take
18
my
bunkers.
things again and
Where are
like.
we going?
Master,
Where
you
are
up
we
here
going?
with me?
Yes. Where are we going? What are we doing?
We're trying to figure out if there's a way to get through this door, because I don't want to try that one. And I thumb over my shoulder at the void.
Me neither.
Can we get an investigation on this there church?
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Master, I will assist you. I believe you're more talented at this than I.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Investigation with advantage.
Okay, alright. I only have a +3 in that. I'm not that smart.
Oh, we know.
That's really smart.
Thanks. This isn't my wizard build. This is
Another
doesn't need.
another Kongism there.
Yeah. Thanks, Kong. No help at all.
You got it.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh,
Alright.
at advantage, yeah.
Ma-
That didn't help.
Master, you don't find a mechanism or any type of thing that looks like it would open the door. However, you do notice that looking at it at one specific angle actually reveals some writing across the door. It's in a very old form of common, but you can still read it. It says, "Here lies Zindel of the Aberrant Flame."
Here? No. I'm out.
Do you say that? Or do you just say I'm out?
I am out. I'm out.
I look from where you were looking to see what has spooked you off.
I'm out.
You see the text as well.
The gears are turning in Jimmy's mind. Void time.
Yeah.
Who's
How
Boyd?
about we gonna
I know what's in there. No, let me rephrase that. I know what's not in there.
Yikes.
How
You think
about we gonna go back where we came from?
Up
Is
the
the
pipe.
queen with us?
The queen's with you, yeah. She's on the master's tail, like she's right attached to his hip.
Great.
I mean, I don't know. Can we get the queen, same spell that you guys had? What do we got with that, Agron?
I believe it was 1 charge.
I get 5 charges.
Does it?
It's very UAE, as in they didn't really think behind the. Yeah, I get 5 charges per long rest.
It's gonna be rough.
That is Briarbane, right?
Oh, we're talking about the water breathing thing?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, usage should be active. It lasts for a day.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
I'm
no.
saying
For the queen.
For the queen.
Oh, we'll use it again. Sure.
Yeah,
No
I
problem.
think it's only got 1 charge. That's what I was saying.
It has
or-
3 charges. is What I remember you gave me.
3.
3 charges.
That's it.
I don't
I
actually
saw it,
have it
yeah.
in my inventory anymore because I got rid of it thinking I was gonna get rid of it, but she has it.
I have it in my
It
inventory.
says 3 on her. I remember it said 3 for me.
Okay. Yeah, it should be the same.
All right, well,
Oh, we use it
Yeah,
again.
I
still
was
got it.
hoping.
You still got to get up.
Got to
the
get
ladder,
15
climb
feet
up.
in the air to climb a ladder 15 feet higher against a waterfall, and then swim through a pipe, and then find an actual exit above the pipe
With a queen.
with a queen.
With a queen.
I was hoping the way out would be down here, honestly.
Yeah, we should.
Not gonna lie.
We gotta investigate this void. I might not like it, but we gotta do it.
All right. So, as you're speaking,
I'm scooching over there.
you hear something rumbling from this direction. It's faint at first, but it sounds like stone slowly scraping against stone.
I'm
From
scooching over
which direction?
there.
Okay.
Over here.
From the direction of the presumed
All right.
tomb.
It's now or never. Let's go. Come on. We gotta.
All right. I
We
I
gotta
pull
go.
some shit out of my bag. I've got like the crowbar. I attempt to insert it into the void.
It's open air.
I pull it back through.
Still
Do I
there.
still have a crowbar?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, hand.
Okay.
I yell,
Grab
"Oh
a
my
hand.
god!"
You still pull a hand back.
Still have a hand.
Wanna
All
stick
right.
your head in?
No, that's the last experiment. I sidle up to the edge on the wall,
You should tap the floor.
and I do tap the floor with my foot as I go through, but I start trying to sidle through the doorway.
All right.
Do I exit it on the other side?
After a point, here I'm going to do this just so everyone can see. Maury, are you going with them or are you hanging back?
No, I'm coming.
Okay, so you're up here too.
If I have the queen with me, I'd like to wait a second to make sure it's safe.
Don't worry, this is just as he breaches the darkness, the veil falls, and what you guys can see into it.
Mhm.
Now, what you can see, and this is very important, is a very pitch black and ancient room. A lot of this is still natural cave. You see the dilapidated pillars, you see the rubble, the broken tile, and for some reason, a large black mass in the center of the room that your eyesight cannot penetrate still.
That's not normal.
Not natural.
None of this is normal. Okay. I walk
bet-
up here to look around. What
Alright.
appears
Wall,
to
but
be maybe a wall.
As you start moving into the room,
I do, yes.
you hear the queen gasp And Master, she clutches onto you like fearfully.
I'm pushing her behind me.
And all of
I'm
you
looking
hear
around.
this deep rumbling come
From
from the
behind
center
us?
of the room.
Okay.
No, it echoes in the room.
Short swords out.
So
And this is
I killed Waldo for nothing.
that's just not the right song for this. All right. And as you hear this deep, guttural, booming sound coming from the center of the room, the rest of the veil drops. And it's as if shadow itself just convalesces into a physical form. And before you, you see this.
Oh, I gotta zoom out.
Nice.
That's gonna go so poorly.
What
Wow.
the actual
Oh.
fucking shit?
We're gonna die.
So initially, all of you are overcome with a sense of impending, overwhelming dread.
Do you guys see that?
I drink some more.
Yeah, I see that.
And you hear the queen say, "He's coming."
Who is he?
With that, the creature steps forward with a foot and swings his head around, looking at each of you. Now, you guys have heard of dragons before. You've never seen one, not in the flesh. You've heard of red dragons and blue dragons, and this might be a black dragon, but there's something strange about the way that the shadow seems to cling to it. It's almost like intangible. Like you can almost see through it.
If this is getting punked by a lich, that'd be hilarious. Can I make a perception check to see if he's actually there?
Yeah.
I would love to do the same thing.
Jimmy's pretty sure he is, I guess.
Jimmy's pretty sure you're being punked.
Is it a perception or an insight?
Probably perception.
Depends on what you're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
You don't think it's real.
I drink.
It's very
So-
obviously spotted us, right?
Yes. So
And he's looking at us.
here's the thing. Master. And please, no metagaming. I'm just going to say this out.
Yeah.
Master. Not only is this very, very real, this is not any normal form of dragon that you have ever heard of or read about. And as you're coming to terms with this, and the cold blood is starting to well up in your veins, the queen grabs you by the shoulders and spins you around
Okay.
and says, "You have to run. You all have to run." And with that, she claps her hands 3 times, says something under her breath in a melodic tone, and points behind her, and you see a shadowy door just appear on the ground. She says, "Run."
I have a plan.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Master's
gonna
got
let
a
everybody
plan.
else go first, and then I'm going to grab her and face step.
Okay. All right.
through the door. I don't know if that'll work. But I'm gonna try it.
All right. So, I need decisions in 5.
Jimmy, what do we do? What do we do,
I will
Jimmy?
take
If
the
I heard-
door.
If I heard the queen say to run, then I'm going to.
Shadow
jump through the door.
Please.
Okay.
Door.
So, all right. So everybody's bolting for the
Last.
door. You're last. You got your plan.
I don't think Maury rendered an opinion. And I'm not sure I heard Draken.
That's the
I
door,
didn't hear
yeah.
Frey either, but
Definitely
Alright.
going.
She going? Okay.
Yeah.
Discord's buggy over here.
Yeah, how are
Alright.
y'all not hearing me? Because I'm definitely talking.
I'm
All right.
Discord's buggy. I'm like, people are freezing. It's just,
It's all good.
it's not good.
All right. So everybody's bolting through the door. Is that including you, Maury? Yes. No.
Yes, and I see when I don't know. I hope she's coming. I don't know about anything that happened. There's just a doorway, and we should go there. I don't know what happened right now.
You did hear her say run.
You fucking make sure that we have a night together, or else. And do I see her struggling? Do I see her like staying?
She's holding the
Go,
portal.
Maury. Go. Hurry up. Get out of here. I gotta wait for you. Go.
Fucking I go. Yeah.
All right. You go.
All right.
All right. Maury goes through. As Maury steps through, Master, in a blur of movement, the beast reaches a claw out,
No.
snatching the queen,
No.
who, holding on to you, you hear her go, run! And she is yanked back, and darkness falls, blocking your view. And you hear the creature take a vast intake of breath. What are you doing?
We're through the door.
Exciting master times.
3, 2,
I
1.
door. I'm out. I'm out. I can't.
All right.
After an agonizing moment of waiting to the last second, I'm out.
As you tear through the door at top speed, which is good for you, you hear the queen scream in pain, and then that sound being cut short unnaturally and uncomfortably quickly as a blast of frigid, unnatural shadow nips at your heels as you go through the door. All of you are flung through some type of portal. It's a nauseating experience. As you step through the other side, you find yourselves on the deck of a large ship in the air.
Ugh.
An airship. The crew is standing around you with various weaponry, shocked to see you all basically fall out of a black hole that just appeared on their deck.
I
Parlay. I am a seafarer.
What she
Olay.
said.
what she said, Harley. We want to speak to Harley.
All right. For those of you who might recognize it, and I'm sure some of you would, especially you, Maury, this is a Shawnekeesian visual. Like you see the banners.
Parlay.
Yeah, are they still pointing weapons at us? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's a little unnerving that you guys just I don't know.
I do not blame them.
True.
Who are you? What are you doing?
We are contracted agents of your queen. And what we're doing is being very confused.
What do you know of our queen?
Is that portal
Good
still
question.
Voice, long black hair. Like
She has a beautiful soul.
The portal closed behind you.
there? She was very nice.
She sent us through that portal.
I'm hearing a lot of past tense here.
Well, good news. We didn't see anything bad happen.
Where is she?
Where are we? First off, here, let me help you out here. I pull out a letter identifying us properly. We're agents of Stapleton. You may be aware that we were hired recently by your nation.
Master, are you okay there?
Oh, no.
It's hard to tell. Type in chat if you're okay.
I'm never gonna be okay again.
Okay, that's good. Because that noise is also the same noise that I have made when I had an asthma attack. It was concerning.
No, that's good. That's good. So this is
By the way, I don't have asthma, but I think the master will like have it secretly. You just wouldn't know.
That does
about it.
feel right, doesn't it?
Like, yeah. So like, I'm sitting over here and I'm sobbing and I'm like trying to catch my breath, but you guys haven't noticed because I have the hood up. So that's me sobbing and wheezing at the same time, but you won't notice that because you're not looking at me because I'm not looking at you.
yeah, this is a unique moment. Here, I'll do this.
How dare you?
What?
Sorry,
What?
sorry.
What?
So, yeah. So the master is being remarkably quiet. You're mentioning a lot of past tired, Sarah. What are you trying to say? Did you do something to our queen?
We can't really say anything too much. I'm not sure exactly how much of this should be public knowledge. Be possible for us to speak to the Queen's attendants, or I assume we're on a military vessel. You got a captain?
Take him to the brig. Take him to the brig. The captain and the first mate will speak to you shortly.
That'll do.
All right. So you're a little roughly carried off down below decks into the brig and locked up. Each room is individual. You're each in your own individual room. But
That's less good.
they're open. Just bars. You can see each other.
Okay, that's better. That's fine.
All of your weapons and equipment taken and stashed off the side of the ship. No, I'm just kidding.
I do keep the letter, or identifying papers. I do need that.
That's fine.
I keep my swords if I can.
Do you have any method of hiding them?
That's probably less fine.
I
Cloak?
let them
I
take
don't know.
all my weapons, but I would like to
I
have a
probably
book to
don't.
read.
I'd like to think I could fit my daggers in that cloak somewhere, in like hidden pockets, but
Well, I don't think you have any preemptive hidden pockets, but I'll give you a sleight of hand chance.
I think the short swords are my first priority because those are the things that are
Oh.
going to help me the most.
Those will be harder. Those will be harder
Those
to
would be
hide.
hard.
I'll just roll.
And
We're
I-
also we're on the ship of a friendly sovereign nation. It's probably unnecessary to keep our weapons.
Yeah, but
Of course, nobody knows what happened to the queen except the master.
Church, hatcher, dagger.
What is it?
handshoe and dagger.
Oh, okay. Good.
I have my handshoe on.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
no weapons. I have.
that's fine.
Uh,
All right, Master. Yeah, they'd find that one. That sleight of hand roll. They don't say anything, but they don't. I don't think they blame you for trying to be defensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, they take it from you.
Hmm.
Now, they're not being necessarily mean. They're a little rough, but I think it's more of just to let you know that they mean business to be mean. They're actually fairly polite. The cells that you're in are clean, remarkably clean for a brig.
Mhm.
Each one of them does have a bench, a pallet of straw with a simple blanket, a bucket, and a pail of water.
The bucket.
While we're standing around waiting, I say to everybody, well, what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
At least we know who is responsible.
None of that felt
the
right,
queen?
though.
This is a good question. I'm really hoping that pulling her through the mirror didn't pull all of her through the mirror.
What
Did she even come through the mirror? Has anyone seen her since?
She came through the mirror all right. But she didn't come here with us after.
No, that's what I'm asking. Has anyone?
Nobody saw her after the portal.
Master?
Oh, she's
Master
typing.
has responded. She's
He's
typing in
in
character.
chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shit show.
So,
Well, that goes for our contract now.
Now, we don't know what happened yet. We don't even know if that was the queen or some aspect of her personality made flesh. It's magic mirror shit. We're gonna find out.
Yes, because
Sure.
if that was her soul, her reflection, supposedly, like, what baffles me is how are we even able to touch it?
Yeah.
Touch it and to interact with it.
Weird.
In a worst case scenario, we just really likely pulled her out of her room because the mirrors are connected, and not just pulled her soul out, but herself as well from her own room.
Yes. Yes, Maury, that is what you would call the worst case scenario.
Wait,
so, go ahead.
we did what to her?
Kong's confused.
Yeah.
Oh. Jimmy's not going to interrogate Master on this right now because he's pretty obviously he's a bit upset. None of the rest of us know yet what the Queen was saying exactly that prompted Master to yoink her through the mirror like that while we were trying to do things carefully.
Just to be clear, she's dead, right?
Kong, I don't know. Whatever you do, don't say that.
So,
Got it.
as you guys are discussing, a reverberation rocks the ship. Like all of you are knocked almost to off your feet. And you
That was-
Whoa.
the whole
was
thing
not me.
lists- The whole thing lists to one side.
Does it continue to list?
It's starting to right itself, but you hear people shouting and screaming, and you could almost swear you heard a number of voices screaming fall past the outer side of the ship.
Okay, let's have a look at these cell doors. They can't be all that bad.
Is Master? Is some of the crewmates down there, or are they rushing up?
They're all rushing.
Is Master next to me?
Sure.
Master is in Master's individual cell.
Yeah.
Master. Get your ass up. Come on.
Master's having a hard time.
I'm gonna, if she comes over, I'm gonna grab your hand with my glove. And when she pulls her hand away, she got a dagger.
So you're giving him your hidden dagger?
Yeah,
Okay.
do something with it.
Master is tight.
Church, might these be half-pin barrel hinges on the cell doors?
They are.
They are! Oh, that's wonderful. And I have a bench. Okay. We should probably save it for next time, but I'm doing the thing.
All right, you gonna try and knock the pins out?
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Do it.
Maury knows. Good job, Almond.
All right, so do you want to cut here?
Yeah,
It's been
probably
such
for
an
the best.
eventful day.
Okay. That's perfectly all right. Because
Yeah.
we're actually transitioning from
Spoiler.
this. No, not a spoiler. I'm just saying we're actually transitioning from your case into the final chapter. Right
The
now.
final frontier,
Into bad times.
where no adventures have gone before.
And Master, well done. I'm glad that.
Yeah, that was good shit.
Very good.
Yay.
So. Go ahead.
Oh man, what a session. What
Yeah,
a
no
everything
kidding.
started happening all at once.
Yeah. Whew.
Yep.
And I'm proud of you guys for not trying to fight the Great Worm Shadow Dragon.
That would have just not been
Yeah,
fun.
no.
The thought crossed my mind. If you did not give us the 5-second countdown, I might have RP'd Jimmy into convincing me to do it.
What I was gonna do, because I was gonna let Jimmy be suspicious that it was an illusion, which would have kept him around long enough to chuck the crowbar he was holding at it. And when the crowbar bounced off, he would have run.
Oh, that's funny. And in case you don't know, a Shadow Dragon's breath weapon drains levels.
Only got a handful of those. You know?
Yeah, we got about 4. Yeah.
Yeah, they drain about 3 at a time.
So I just want to mention to everyone, since we're kind of winding down, in the last week we did gain a new follower, so I'd like to thank Kelly for following us.
Oh, right on, Kelly.
Thank you.
Props to you, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're slowly working our way towards 50.
We're gonna make those
We gonna
Twitch
get there.
millions.
We're at 13 now.
We're gonna have a live action Netflix special soon.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly, you're helping make that happen.
She's in chat. She knows. She knows.
I believe that may be my friend Tony, so hey.
Someday we're gonna have fan fiction. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much shipping going on. It's
I didn't
ridiculous.
mean
It's
to
gonna be
call
beautiful.
you
Gonna
out.
be
I just
dirty.
you didn't have to respond and let everyone know you were here. You could alert.
Too
I'm
late
sorry.
But what
So-
what a time.
Woo, I swear.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And I'm glad the master played that off as you did. I know you were probably like the least likely choice for an emotional moment, but I think it made it more powerful that you played it off the way you did.
I think the master needed a little bit more character growth.
A moment of pathos.
I am
Yeah.
still not gonna. Kong is not gonna forgive you guys for making
loss
me
of
bash
Waldo.
Jimmy, or not Jimmy,
Well,
Waldo up. There was no sneaking involved at all. And I
How
could,
would you have liked to fight the dragon before we got the queen, though?
Oh.
I think it would have been awesome if we came out of the portal and I had Waldo on a stick.
Bruh.
Honestly, that could only have gone worse.
Yeah.
I know why Kong wants that, but man, I'm so glad you had to destroy
Hey
Waldo.
guys,
Yep.
F in chat for Waldo.
F's in chat for Waldo, that's
F's in
fair.
chat.
That's for Waldo.
What does F's in
And
chat
also
mean?
maybe the queen, yeah, that's true.
And for the queen as well.
What does F's in
Yeah,
chat
that
mean? You young
was-
kids in your what's
Memes.
what does F
Call
mean?
of Duty memes.
Call of Duty means.
So, do you
Church,
need
do you get this reference?
Oh yeah.
a refresher on the
Alright.
F in chat meme?
What? Now I
We
have
just
to Google
look
F
that
in
up
chat.
later.
Yep.
There was a quick time event in a recent Call of Duty where you are at a funeral and you literally are given the prompt, press F to pay respects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's definitely not a recent Call of Duty game, though. That's like
No.
10
Was
years
that a-
ago. It's
I
like
thought that was
a
one of
decade
the
ago.
new ones.
It's
No.
It's still a thing though. It's still a
I-
thing.
Still a thing, yeah.
Man,
but it's
you-
like from like back
Nerds
in the day.
do the weirdest things.
Yeah, here we are playing D&D online.
Yeah, I know, right? Weird.
F's in chat. Like, I don't
That's
know.
a nice
Would have been like
website.
rips in chat. I get rips in chat. I had someone once call Call of Duty COD, and I had no idea what they were talking about. They're like, yeah, I was playing COD last night. I was, what the hell's
Yeah,
COD?
2014.
There you go. There's your
Spicy
rip.
ribs.
that means something else where I'm from. that's
So-
after a night of Taco Bell.
Rest
I-
of fun.
I will say this: we are barreling into the final chapter,
The very end game.
the very end game. There's
What's going on?
some things that are going to start happening from. The game's going to take a much more serious turn. Inevitability is encroaching on your
Mhm.
character's realities, as you already know. There is still a couple of potential possibilities that the investigators may survive, at least some of them.
I'm a furball.
Would Waldo have increased our chances?
Probably not.
No.
Could even
Yeah,
decrease
The opposite.
Well, Waldo probably would have waited till you went to.
He would be probably our first friend when we are undead. Come on, guys.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, he'd have been your bestie.
He needed the company.
You'd have been like a walking corpse with a skeleton. You guys
Waldo
would have been
wasn't-
epic.
Waldo wasn't mean. He was just misunderstood.
He was just a little stabby is all.
He's just a little stabby.
It's like
It's a
Master.
little poke.
Yeah, just like the master. Yeah, just a little stabby.
He just did a hokey pokey.
But I do want you guys to understand that the inevitability of death is becoming much more of a relevant and prevalent possibility. going
Jimmy is
forward.
intimately familiar with the inevitability of death.
Now, I'm not saying I'm going to intentionally try to kill anyone, but
You're
Things-
going to
things-
intentionally try to kill everyone.
well, yes, at the very end of it. But no, things are going to get a lot more serious. It's going to be a lot less of the Stapleton investigative team and more of a fight for survival going forward.
Mhm, mhm.
With the possibility of at least some of you making it out.
It's so gonna be Kong.
I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
say why I'm laughing, but one of you knows.
Oh yeah.
Why plans an effort to save everyone?
It's definitely not gonna be Draken.
Of course it's going to be Drake.
However, like I said, once this final chapter is said and done, we will start the playtest of Care.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful. It'd be crazy.
I
Somewhat.
have actually an idea who it might be.
Who
Karen?
what might be?
Nothing.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Maury, I love that Maury is like literally poking Jimmy to figure this out.
Yeah. Hokey pokey.
Pokey pokey. It's so Maury, and it's even better because I don't know if you remember why this is. Like you really.
No! I don't know.
You were there for it. You missed it.
What happened?
So
I'm
I
not
love
gonna-
this. No one tell her.
I'm not gonna
No, I-
rewatch things. I'm just like, this is
I'm curious
literally
too.
Maury. She forgot. What the fuck happened?
Because I think, because from some of the stuff that Draken is seeing, I think he knows.
I think Draken might know, yeah.
Well,
Draken's got a better idea than probably anybody, with the important exception of Phoebe, who knows all and sees all.
I think Draken actually knows what's going on. He just isn't saying anything.
Yeah.
Reagan's a dick.
No, we got this thing going. He understands this is a very weird thing for Jimmy as well.
Well, Jimmy's figured out something substantial about Zindel of the Aberrant Flame.
Mhm.
That is pretty substantial. You guys have seen the head of the Druid Order out doing odd things at one of your cases.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you guys are starting to, and even Stapleton stated in the past, before this one, before this case, that there is a conspiracy afoot.
Yes.
Yeah.
When shit starts to hit the fan, it's gonna click into place for the party. I imagine that oh this is the conspiracy. This is it happening right now.
Yeah. So it's getting interesting.
It's getting very interesting.
And I will say I hope some of you survive. As strange as that may sound coming from the guy who's already pretty much said I'm going to kill all of you. But but I do. I've grown quite attached to the Stapleton investigative team. And I really
It's
do
just a
think
one-shot.
it's just a one shot.
It's just a one shot. It's a
Yeah.
It's
I would love to
only-
get Freya back to the Feywild to live another day.
only a dozen sessions and lovely characters.
Well, I will say that unless you guys figure out something really soon, once the blight hits, there's only one way out, and it comes at a very heavy price. And you'll probably never see the Feywild again if you take that way out.
We have to go through the mirror.
No.
The mirror goes somewhere, but it ain't pleasant.
Yeah.
Although that would actually be funny. I wonder if we had left her soul in the mirror, would she have survived the blight?
That is a good question.
I wanted to ask for an autogram. Maybe the other half of her is still alive.
That's actually a good question too.
I don't know.
That's what I'm hoping for, honestly, is that this... Honestly, she's probably dead. Jimmy is hoping. I'm not hoping. Jimmy is hoping that this was a soul or a fraction of a soul and may or may not be destroyed, but that would leave her roughly as alive as she was when we met her.
Right.
Oh.
However, it would be tricky for a fraction of a soul to have a physical body and cast magic.
Well, that was a pretty potent spell.
Yeah.
See, and this is me speaking, not Draken. Might have a little Draken. I assume that what they took from her was her magic.
That's a fair point.
The very thing, her spirit was her will, and her will was the very presence that allows her to perform her abilities.
I imagine she's a musician. Is she a musician?
Yeah, the spell she used was actually a very high level musician ability.
I had a feeling. It seemed correct.
I got something I look forward to with Saoirse.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was
We found that out before Master said anything. That's something new.
Yeah, no, that's a 9th level musician song called Strange Trails that she cast to get you guys out of there.
All right, I gotta ask. Mechanically, could she have taken Strange Trails as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
If
okay.
the dragon hadn't.
If the dragon hadn't got her, Master was trying so hard.
Yeah.
I was prepared to cast suggestion on
Master
her,
was trying so hard.
Oh,
but I didn't.
That shit would not have worked.
let's just say on the dragon, maybe not.
On the
I
queen,
would
also
have
probably not.
Old person, but that suggestion would be more functional against the dragon.
Yeah, that dragon would have wiped the floor with you.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No joke.
No, no, he's probably just.
I mean-
he's probably dipping.
Big shadow worm, like, come on.
Yeah, that was, and he was intended not to fight.
I want to know.
There was a chance that you could have gotten the queen out, possibly.
Can you make a wisdom save 13 for the dragon? I want to know.
A wisdom save of
Yeah.
DC 14.
I imagine he's immune to any form of charm
13.
effect.
DC 13.
13.
13.
I was gonna say it's not helping, but
I want to know.
he's immune.
Shit.
A lot of stuff just bounces off of dragons.
Yeah.
Especially when they're that old.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah, great worm. That's like what, CR 30 or something like that? Forget the
Oh, yeah.
John's rating of
yeah,
great worm.
he's ridiculous. And it's like I said, that breath weapon is a 3 negative levels for everyone caught in a 30-foot cone with a reflex save to reduce by half.
Do we get younger?
Only
physically
lose
now?
one level.
No,
Yeah.
that's getting younger is actually a different spell.
Yeah.
Different monster.
Yeah.
We had that
No.
happen on, or something similar
Because
happened
like
in
a
my first
wrinkle
campaign.
of
Chick and
being
I ever played it.
ghost.
Well, here's the kicker. Like, if he drains you completely, you rise up the next round as a shadow specter and try to kill your friends.
Spectre,
times.
gadget.
So, what was the move, Church? Could we have tried to sneak around the dragon and exit out the back of the room? Or was the exit to literally go through the pipe again
There was a
and
way
get
to
to the
get in.
sewers?
There was a way to get into the behind through the stone door.
When we saw that, I assumed it was a crypt.
It was. Actually, if you still have, you're still in there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Here, I'll show you. Just, I mean, you'll never go back here.
Yeah, no, this is the ending. This is the end of times.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll scooch myself back to the stone door.
Yeah, here. I'll show you what's in there. You can look around.
All right. Damn. I thought it was literally not a door because it was like, it's a big flat skull. I thought maybe it was literally just like a one coffin wide crypt
And then would we have
that he
found
was supposed to be buried in, but he's not because he's a lich.
would we have found the lich down here?
Actually, he was not down there. Not at the time. Had you made your way into the crypt, there was a passage behind the throne that would have led you out.
Shit.
Ah, we were so close.
Damn.
You
We may have.
So the
actually got
queen
it together,
didn't have to die.
No. Rip.
Poke at the darkness. It's always a good idea.
It's okay though. It's all right. Like
It's
you
good
did
storytelling.
good. You did
Yeah.
good.
Ooh,
It's
that's
good
the call.
storytelling.
And you still don't know if she's dead. In fairness, too.
Hmm.
I mean, for all you know, that could have been a clone. It could have been a doppelganger of some sort, or you never know.
Could have just imprisoned her again. I mean, if it wanted to kill her, probably easier way than trapping her.
When I was working it originally, I was so tempted to throw a mirror of soul trap. Straight.
Just 2 mirrors and you got to pick one.
Yeah. You peek back and it's like, oh, he's gone. What happened? But I was nice.
Oh, I have a question for you. After all this is over, do you have a write-up of the effects of the mirror pair?
Do I have a write up of it? Yeah.
Yeah, what would happen
When all
if
this is
I
over, I would
identified
love to
it?
see it.
Same.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I've usually pretty good about scribing out everything.
Hmm. I figured since this is all setting material for you, it's kind of important.
Oh yeah. Plus, the mirror will probably survive the blight.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
It seems pretty sturdy.
The only thing
It's
is,
also very blighty, so you know.
oh yeah,
probably
well,
need to-
when the blight energy hits it, it's gonna warp.
Oh yeah.
Like everything that touches warps. Kind of like Almond's character's chameleon. It was so pretty.
I actually found the original post of the person, and it is on Instagram, and they sell like bone ornamented things. Bones that are ornamented with gold leaf and some other stuff. It's wild. I found it.
You find a lot of cool / weird shit on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
To
gonna
the
go ahead
party
and
at large.
shut down this stream at this point.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
Bye bye, stream.
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye, audience.
Bye.